Hey, what's up everyone? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz and you're here for your free picks from the MLS on Saturday, July 8th. Well guys, once again we have a very busy day in the MLS. We have 14 games on the schedule. That's a lot of games to talk about. That's a lot of free picks guys, a lot of free winners. So we do appreciate it if you could subscribe to the Pickdawgz YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like button and we'll keep those winners coming. If you want my best bets, click the link in the description of this video. That will get you up to my page on the Pickdawgz website where you can sign up, see all the passes I have going on, and get your best value out of that. Like I said, guys, 14 games on the schedule, so let's get this show on the road so we can get through these games fast. The first one we have to talk about is between Montreal and Atlanta United. And honestly, I would give a look to Atlanta here if they weren't so horrible on the road as they are this season. Atlanta has only one win on the road. They have five draws and they have four losses. They are conceding over 2 goals on average per game and scoring just over 1 goal. Montreal on the other side at home, very solid. Conceded only 4 goals in 9 games. One of the best defensive teams in the league at home this season. And overall, they have 7 wins and 2 losses. On top of that, Montreal hasn't lost to Atlanta at home in their last 4 games, and they are in pretty solid form right now, I gotta say. So I'm keeping this one simple, guys. I'm gonna take Montreal on the money line plus 125. Definitely a great price. I expected hard-fought game, and honestly, I think it's gonna be a very close one. But in the end, I think that Montreal will prevail. The next matchup we have is between Charlotte and Cincinnati, guys, and these two teams have been a little bit all over the place. Cincinnati lost all the consistency they had, while Charlotte actually hasn't won any of their last 6 games, but they haven't lost any of their last 4 games, which means that they are on a 4 game draw streak. Charlotte at home, 3 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses. Cincinnati on the road, 3 wins, 4 draws, and 2 losses. Overall, two decent teams fighting off in this game. And even though they played only twice against each other and both games ended in a 2-0 win for the home team, I think that this is going to be the game where both teams will try to bounce back of their bad form right now and they will try to get a win, which means goals in my opinion. And I'm going to go with both teams to score in this one. Minus 157, it's not a great price, but it's actually a very good price if you put it in a double with something else. So Charlotte against Cincinnati, I'm gonna go with both teams to score. Columbus is hosting New York City FC in the next matchup, and even though New York City actually is undefeated in their last 7 games in a row, they have won only one of those 7 games, and that was a couple of weeks ago against Montreal, 1-0 on the road. While Columbus on the other side is also playing really good right now. Also undefeated in their last 7 games. They have 4 wins in their last 6 games, and they have lost only 1 game at home so far this season. As far as NYC goes, they have won only 1 game on the road. They have 6 draws and 5 losses. They are not scoring a lot of goals. They can be solid when it comes to defending, but I think this was going to be all Columbus, to be honest. And I'm going to take advantage of this price. I'm going to take Columbus on the money line, minus 134. I think it's a decent enough of a price and might actually be worth putting in that double I mentioned just before this. So I'm going to take Columbus on the money line. In the next game, guys, we have DC United hosting Inter Miami, and I know that all the Inter Miami fans are eagerly waiting for Messi and Busquets, and apparently Jordi Alba will sign with them as well to get their first appearance. Uh, and also, Miami has been in a pretty bad form. They haven't won any of their last 4 games. They have been horrible on the road so far this season, 1 win and 8 losses. And I know that has to end. And honestly, this might be a very good opportunity for them because DC United is coming off of a 2 game road streak. Uh, they lost to Nashville 2-0. They have beaten Dallas 1-0. And they will definitely try to get another win at home. And if we look at head-to-head matchups against Inter Miami, they have been dominant in this game. But I honestly think that Inter Miami has a chance here, and the books are giving us plus 500 on Inter. We know that Inter's bad streak on the road has to end at some point. Might as well be here, and I'm gonna give it a shot with Inter Miami on the money line plus 500. This price just jumped in my my eyes when I saw it, and I knew immediately I was gonna take it. So let's hope that Inter Miami steps up, and let's hope they get a nice win on the road. For our next game, guys, we have Red Bulls playing against New England, and I think this is gonna be an interesting game where Red Bulls are actually slight favorites here. Well, not slight. They are pretty decent favorites, and I'm actually surprised by it because New England has been in a very, very good form. They haven't lost any of their last 7 games in a row. Solid on the road, 3 wins, 4 draws, and 3 losses. Uh, but they haven't won any of their last 5 games on the road. So it's either a draw or a loss. But luckily for them, New York Red Bulls haven't been in that good of a form this season. Now, can New York Red Bulls get on the scoreboard? I think they can, and I think they will. But I also think they can keep a clean sheet here. So instead of choosing a sides, I'm gonna go with both teams to score in over 2.5. Plus 135, another outstanding price on the over, and I definitely love taking this nice plus money prices on goals in games like these. So Red Bulls against New England, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. In this next matchup, guys, we have Toronto FC playing against St. Louis, and I'm gonna keep this one very, very simple, guys. There's not the amount of money in the world that would make me bet on TFC right now. TFC is horrible. They are on a 4 game losing streak. They haven't won any of their last 7 games. They have a bunch of injured players. Bernardeschi is suspended because of the red card he got last week. Insigne listed as questionable. They have 9 players on the injury list. Their depth is basically gone. Their quality, there's still some of it left, but the way they have been playing, and they're still without the proper head coach. Uh, I'm taking St. Louis on the money line, guys. Plus 140. I honestly can't believe that we are getting this price on the St. Louis, who has been consistent, solid defensively, scoring a lot of goals against this very, very bad TFC team. Yeah, I'm gonna go with St. Louis on the money line. Even if I end up losing this bet, I will not be sorry because we simply have to take advantage of this. In the next game, guys, we have Chicago playing against Nashville, and Chicago is also one of those teams who are finally getting a home game after 3 games on the road. 2 of those they actually won, and then they ended up losing against Orlando 3-1 just a few days ago. But in this game, I think it's gonna be a very, very hard game for them. They have two wins, 6 draws, and 1 loss at home so far this season. We could say they have been solid, but they haven't been winning a lot of games overall. While Nashville on the other side has been complete opposite. Nashville, uh, mostly at home, they have been quite dominant as of late, but they haven't won any of their last 3 games on the road, and I think that stops here. I honestly think that Nashville is a much, much better team here. They do not deserve to be plus 195 underdogs, but this is a definitely good sign that we can take this pick on the double chance. We can take Nashville on the double chance, guys. Minus 167. I think that the least Nashville gets here is going to be the draw, but I honestly think they're going to get a win against Chicago. So, Chicago against Nashville. I'm going to take Nashville on the double chance, and that is at minus 167. For our next game, guys, we have Houston playing against Kansas City, and I think this is going to be a real banger of a game. We have 2 very solid teams, 2 teams that are conceding a lot of goals right now, but 2 teams that could definitely score a lot of goals as well. The last 2 games, when Houston was the home team, make that the last 3 games that when Houston was the home team in this matchup, have ended with only 1 goal or even without goals. We have seen nil-nil results, but Houston at home so far this season, 7 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss, which means that they're scoring a lot of goals at home. Now on the other side we have Kansas, the team that's trying to stay consistent, but on the road they have won only 1 game so far this season, and like I said, they are conceding a lot of goals. But so is Houston, and because of that, guys, I'm gonna go with both teams to score an over 2.5, plus 108. Definitely good enough of a price, and I might actually put this in double with something else and go for a full value out of this game. But as a single, plus 108 on both teams to score an over 2.5, definitely more than worth to taking a shot. Minnesota is hosting Austin United, and I'm gonna keep this one very, very simple, guys. Minnesota is on a huge winning streak at home. 2 wins in a row, 6 scored goals, 2 conceded goals, and it looks like their offense is finally firing. They have been creating chances, scoring goals, and now they're facing this Austin team, the team that is coming off of a draw against Inter Miami 1-1. And on the road, they're not as effective as they are at home. So I'm going to take Minnesota on the money line, minus 122 right now. I think that's a very decent price on a team that's on a nice winning streak at home and on the team that's finally finding their offense, and they are actually quite solid defensively as well. So I'm taking Minnesota on the money line. Colorado will be hosting Dallas in our next matchup in the MLS, and that's a game at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Colorado's last game got, I think, scrapped at halftime. Not sure I remember against who it was, but it was a really bad weather, and now they need to face this Dallas team, the team that has been in equally bad form as them, maybe a little bit better because Colorado hasn't won any of their last 10 games. They're still without a single win at home, which is quite strange. And then again, you have Dallas, the team that's going to be fighting for that playoff spot, but the team that has only one win in their last 6 games. So I think this is going to be a very hard game for both sides. I don't think that either team will try to give a little bit of space to the other side. Everything will try to be closed out on time. And for that reason, I'm going to go with the draw in this one. It's plus 225 right now. I honestly could see a 1-1, possibly even a 0-0 draw here, to be honest. But maybe if we are lucky, we get that 1-1 draw. But however I slice it, however I look at this game, I see the draw. And that's what I'm going to go with in this matchup between Colorado and Dallas. Salt Lake City will be hosting Orlando, and I think this is going to be a great game because we have two high scoring teams, two teams in a pretty great form, especially Salt Lake, who hasn't lost any of their last 7 games, while Orlando hasn't lost any of their last 4 games. In the head-to-head matchups, we have seen overs, we have seen the unders, we have seen 0-0, 1-0, whatever. We have seen all sorts of results, but like I said, Orlando scoring a lot of goals right now, but they also can't keep a clean sheet on the road. While Salt Lake has won 3 of their last 3 games on the road. At home, they haven't won any of their last 2. They will try to bounce back. They will try to get to the scoreboard first. And this is going to be one of those games where we see a lot of chances and a lot of goals, guys. So both teams to score in over 2.5, minus 104. I like the price, and I'm going to roll with it, guys. So Salt Lake against Orlando, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. LA Galaxy will be hosting Philadelphia Union in this matchup, and they are looking for their second win in a row after beating LAFC in that big LA derby we had going on 4th of July. And they have actually been pretty dominant in this matchup against Philadelphia. They have lost only 1 of their last 12 games against Philadelphia. Well, Philadelphia on the other side has been in decent form, but they haven't won any of their last 3 games on the road, which means that most of their points, which they are getting quite a lot, are coming from home games. So I think that Galaxy definitely has a decent chance here. Maybe not as many chances as I would like them to get, which is why I'm not going to take them on the money line. I'm going to take Galaxy on the double chance, and that's minus 180. Now, this minus 180 might be really, really good to take with that other double chance we had in the double and get nice plus money out of it. But if you have a parlay or something, I think that LA Galaxy on the double chance is the way to go for this game. LAFC will be hosting San Jose in the next matchup, and that's another California rivalry here between these two teams. And we have seen both teams to score an over 2.5 hit in the last 5 games between these two teams, and it has been hitting more often than not, to be honest. And I think we're gonna have another great game because LAFC's defense is very unstable. They lose focus. And we know that they have a lot of offense to go around. So I definitely expect a lot of goals. And I do expect San Jose to get on the scoreboard as well, because they have scored in their last 3 games in a row. They have been conceding a lot. Yes, that's true. But I also think they will get to the scoreboard. Now, I think this is going to be the game where LAFC will bounce back, get another home win. And for that reason, I'm going to go for the full value here. And that's LAFC to win and both teams to score at plus 180. And for our last MLS game, guys, we have Vancouver playing against Seattle, and this is the derby on the Pacific, on the West Coast there. It is quite a rivalry. Two teams that are very close to one another, and the games between these two teams are quite fun to watch and quite effective, I might add. Vancouver hasn't lost any of their last three home games against Seattle, while Seattle on the other side has finally gotten the win. It was 1-0 against Houston, and that actually ended their drought. They were struggling quite a lot. However, they do still have a lot of injured players and a lot of missing players, and most of those players would be in the starting lineup. So this is a perfect opportunity for Vancouver. We know that they are quite effective when it comes to home games. They actually have lost only one home game this season. They have scored a lot of goals at home so far, 14 goals in, actually 21 goals in 10 games. That's an average of over 2 scored goals per game. And for that reason, I'm going to take Vancouver team total over 1.5. It's plus 115. I definitely love the price. They might not end up winning this game, but I definitely see Vancouver scoring at least 2 goals in this game because they do create a lot of chances in every single one of their games. And once again, they will go for the win here. So Vancouver against Seattle, I'm going to go with Vancouver team total over 1.5 goals, and that is at plus 150. That's it, everyone. Thank you for joining me here. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I know it's a bit longer, and we do have 14 games in it, 14 free picks. So take a look, guys. Put some bets in, and let's win some money together on Saturday evening. That's it. Enjoy your day. Good luck with your bets, and I'll see you soon with more free picks.